Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Today, minasan. It's your friend Syndicated. How are you doing? Today, I'm going to show a little bit more leaf propagation because it seemed like that was pretty popular. These are little pieces that I find here and there. So this one, you see it dried up on the end, but it's green on the top. So probably just cut off the bottom and let it scar up, and that's about it. So you see in the distance behind there, there's a lot of leaves, foliage from the leaves, and some of these succulent leaves, you're gonna see that if I don't think they're that viable, or if they're really dried up, I'll just toss them wish them into the cornfield and throw them over there where the leaves are. And sometimes they'll just sprout there. You see this one doesn't look too great, like it might not survive, but you never know. Some of them are pretty resilient. Now here's a beautiful specimen. As you can see, there are a number of pink roots emerging, and on top is a tiny baby plant emerging from the leaf. So that is an example of successful plant propagation, leaf propagation, I should say. Here, this one, there's a tiny, tiny little root. If you can see it there, little white thing sticking out. Looks like a little tiny hair. This leaf, even though it's damaged, here, still able to produce. It's trying to produce a root. And so I'll just put it back onto the bed here, and hopefully it will go on and propagate itself. Here's one that I'm just going to give it a chance. It didn't look, it's like you have to make a clean break. You see this one, there's a tiny little pink root coming out. You can hardly see it, and there's a little plant on top. And even though the leaf looks damaged, let me see. I'm sorry, I have a lot of trouble focusing. So anyway, that's a winner. Leave it there and give it some more time. You want to make sure they're strong before you transplant them to another container. Here's nice rooting, but not too much on top. It's just roots. So you want both. Ideally, you want roots, and then you want a little plant emerging from the top. You see it has a little scarring on the bottom, but it still was able to propagate itself. What's happening there is that the leaf needs water, and the roots emerge searching for water. This one has a tiny bit of root system, not much at all. And here's another tiny root system. I lay them on this. This is like some peat moss, bark, vermiculite, and cactus mix. And sometimes I just put it in. This was some kind of food container, maybe Cool Whip or something. And I try not to waste. Like I don't want to go buy stuff, so I just reuse containers and stuff. So here's a lot of roots going on there. They look really nice. And I said bye here because I was going to end the video, but I figured out how to splice the next video on, so we'll continue. This is a geranium. Pink geranium. It's really a nice one. I have to propagate that, but I don't have that on my schedule right now because I have a lot of other things to do. So here's a tray for leaf propagation, and this is just a baking tray. I probably shouldn't use it. Okay, this leaf here is copper spoons, and I'll tell you something really funny about this leaf right now. This one is pretty dry. You can see it's kind of leathery. It's really thin. And I don't think it's going to survive. Now, see, this one is leathery, and it feels flat and leathery, so that one, tossed it out. I have no hope for it, and if it wants to survive, it can do so in the foliage that's there. It's nice and shady there with the little sun, ambient light, and so this is a stick. Ideally, you want to leave at least one leaf when you cut a stick. It's not a stick, it's the end of a plant, and there's a little bit of roots there. You see, this is like, I want to say like a chocolate soldier, and it's really funny, that leaf, because I saw a video where they cut the leaf into sections, and each section grew like a new plant. Okay, this one, no good. Throw it away. Or just toss it to the side and give it a chance. Those plants, they want to survive, so if you just give them a half a chance, they will figure it out. But the only thing really kills them is like extreme cold or extreme heat. So this one, you see, it looks like a loser, but it's kind of fat, so I'm just going to give it a chance. This big leaf, I really wish this would propagate, but I don't know, I'm having trouble with these big ones. Okay, so moving right along, this is a kalanchoe. I used to say kalanchoe, but I heard they say kalanchoe. It doesn't look like that. Anyway, there's the little yellow flowers. Of course, these come in a variety of colors. They come in pink, orange, white, yellow, even like a purple, fuchsia. They're really pretty flowers and semi-tropical. Here's a little, like, it looks like a burrow tail almost, and it has little rooting system there. So that one is one that I would try to put in a tray where all the, I call it the nursery. So I have this is kind of the nursery, but like once they move, they got roots. This is like the incubation, and then the nursery comes next. So this is like that's like a burrow tail too. Is called a sedum, sedum. Throw that away. So anyways, yeah, I really love, whoa, that's terrible. Look at that. Toss it. I love propagating plants. It's very rewarding. This is like a Aeonium arachnoides, I think. They say arachnoides because it looks like a spider web. Okay, then that one, I don't know what's going on with that one, but this is an Aeonium, and these plants, all the plants, I always encourage people to clean them up if they have dead leaves hanging on there or anything like that. Then you just pull it off, stem, leaf, I guess just leaf, because it's taking valuable energy from the rest of the plant, which it needs in order to create the rooting system. So these are ones that also, you can behead them, or you can just take all the leaves off and just leave a couple leaves on the top. And then where the node is, where you took the leaf from, then a new rosette will grow there out of that little aperture. Here, this one, see the end? Doesn't look good for this guy, but still give it a chance. Leave it there because it seems like it has moisture, a lot of moisture in the other end of the leaf. Always give them a chance if you can, because they want to grow. They want to grow. They want to look beautiful. They want to attract pollinators. They just need help. Plants are amazing. The only thing about them, they can't walk. Okay, so this is a beautiful example. Look at that. Very little root, but a nice plant growing. So that one will be for transplanting. And even though the other end is dry, that might be just because it might have been started off as a good leaf, but then later it took the energy, and then the mother leaf starts to die off. There's another nice example. So here's a couple. I'm just showing you like the comparison, that one got a big plant and small roots, and one got big roots and small plant. And so it was the opposite, but they look to be the same type of succulent. This one, boo, throw it away. Anyways, I try to give them a chance, but some of them, not all your leaves will survive. So you try to get as much as you can. Look at this copper spoon. It's thriving. Look at all the roots there. So that's a winner. That one is to be planted compared to this one that's all it's really dry. Then that one's not going to survive, but this one will survive. This one that I have in my hand. So it has a nice rooting system. This one, I don't really see roots. So there's a tiny, tiny root there. So that's a nice one. I think I'll just put it back in there. This one's really damaged. This is another copper penny, or what is it? Copper. I don't know what it's called. I forgot. Put that one. And then here's another bear claw or chocolate soldier bear pot. And look, it has a lot of roots. So that's what you want to see. You want to see a lot of roots, and you want to see some plant emerging. So if I show you, okay, this one, I wanted to see if they root. They haven't rooted, but you have to be patient and leave them for some time. And if they look like they're getting too dry, just mist them with a spray bottle. If like it's too hot and you think, oh, but don't give them too much water because you want them to develop the roots. And they do that when they need to find water. So that one, I think I left it to, and look, wow, look at all the roots on this. Isn't that amazing? Tiny, tiny plant there growing. It's a tiny little baby. That's just dirt on there. And wow, look at these roots. It's funny, right? Some roots are white and some roots are pink and some are red. Yeah, some are red and some are blue. Some are old and some are new. Some are sad and some are glad. And some... Anyways, yeah, if anybody's read that book, I love it. Look at this. It's like a piece that's torn, and yet there's root growing from there. See, normally the leaves should be torn at the very end where they're connected to the stem, the rest of the plant. This one, I don't know how it did it, but it managed to throw a root. Okay, this one's damaged, but it's got some fatness, so I'll let it take another chance, see if it'll go on and survive. There's a tiny, tiny baby, no root system, but this looks like to be what's that ogre thing? Ogre ears? They call it ogre ears. Golem. It's called Golem. Gollum. And this, oh, see? There's a little bit of root there. That's exciting. But the one with all that those white roots, those are super exciting. I mean, really, I get really happy because some of them, like I said, I leave them on a tray or I leave them in a like semi-dark spot. And then I'll forget, I'll do other stuff. I have so many plants to attend to that I try to look at them all. But you see, this one looks damaged. But then sometimes I get busy, and then when I go and look at them again, I get happy. Sometimes they have a lot of roots and stuff. This one, that's like an opuntia. Look, I got splinters. Even though I tried to be really careful, but no, you should use tweezers and or gloves and or tongs are very helpful. I use all of those. Here's another damaged leaf that could propagate because the damage is at the distal end. Is that the distal end. So I'm gonna put this leaf. This leaf is so curly. I don't know if it's, see, like I can't get the dirt to go next to it. So I wanted to touch the dirt. You don't want to bury it. You want to just have it like touching the dirt so that the leaves see the sun as well and the dirt, and then they'll start moving towards the dirt. Here's another one of those chocolatey things or bear claw. See, little roots are coming out there. And so that's a winner. Now, what else do we have here? Look at my hair, looks crazy in the nope, that one's no good. Throw it away. Okay, so I'm just showing you like what kind of different ones and which ones you would keep, which ones you could give a chance to, and which ones like you just forget it, don't waste your time. And then these are then the successful ones like this. Wow. And you see the rest of the leaf doesn't look good at all. But wow, here's some of the ones that were the winners that are ready to move to the next level. So it was quite a few. Periodically, I take them and I put them out, and then I leave them about a week or so, and then check them again. And then I weed them out like you just saw me doing. I'll take some, I'll just look them over, and if I see like dead ones or skinny ones, I'll just toss them. Then If I see roots or some kind of baby coming out, then I put that in a separate container and move them, and I work on planting them. Which you have to make sure you take care of them. Don't leave them out in the sun because they'll die. Because the roots are very delicate, so you have to keep it in a semi-sunny area. Whoa, that's really super cool. Like this, I don't know why. Like this kind of thing, it releases a lot of serotonin for me. I just feel really happy when I see the plant acting like this. Anyways, okay, then here's some Afra. I forgot. Was it called something Afra? It's a type of, is it Kalanchoe? I forgot. I don't know why I'm saying no. I'm saying bye because I was going to cut there. Yeah, and that was going to be the end. And then I did one more little film of this other little plate I have here. This one's not doing too good. I think it's location. Sometimes they will have, I will have sprouts in there, but I think the other one is more successful. See that leaf, the mother leaf totally died. And there's the baby and some little tiny root system. But I think I didn't pay attention to it quick enough, so it has a little root. But I'm just going to replant it. And so I'll put it over there. This is, looks like an echeveria. This one is called, what is it called? Something rose. Not moss rose, something rose, blood rose, or I don't know, had a weird name, and I know it said was blood in it. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's like a miniature plant. So this is one that really works well in a terrarium. They sell them. You see the roots. Those are their aerial roots, or what do they call them? Lateral roots. They're roots because they're not roots that most plants have them at the bottom, but some plants like that and a few other succulents, they throw out roots all along the stem. So it'll be a stem with leaves, or like say the string of pearls. That's one that throws out roots, and a string of bananas. There's certain ones that you can find the roots. You don't need to plant it from the bottom. You can just lay it down and the plant will start rooting eventually. So anyway, that's what I like to do is propagate these little things and see if they I like to experiment with them. I like to do a lot of beheading because when you do the beheading, the second growth usually comes out really beautiful. It comes out like clusters, so it looks really good. Look, look at how cute, all the little roots. Yeah, so when you do the beheading, they'll have a cluster of rosettes. There's the golden spoon. Bronze spoon, copper spoon. That's what it is. And nice roots, and the roots look kind of green. Look, and this is amazing. Look at the back.
Wow.
You see the spine of the leaf? Roots are emerging from the spine, and this is the plant that I had mentioned that I saw a YouTube video, and a person cut it. No, it wasn't this plant. It was another plant, but it was like it was doing this, like every segment, rooted. So I think that's super interesting. If you have any copper spoons, just try to root them. I have a couple, so I'm really happy. And then this is a normal one that didn't root in the back. See them comparing them. One is really happy, and the other one's just normal. There's the back of that one, which you can see the little bumps, but not as exciting as the other one. So anyways, I hope you will be encouraged to propagate your own succulent leaves and get some results like this. Just remember, depending on what climate you live in, the plants will behave differently. So you need to figure out, there's zones, but seriously, I don't know what zone I live in. I think it's 8 or 9. There's different zones, and it'll tell you what kind of plants will thrive mostly in that zone. So yeah, here we go. Here's my little propagation tray, and you don't need a pan. You can just use, seriously, like a takeout tray is really good. Just keep it open. Don't close it. Keep it open for airflow, and add a nice little bed like this. And see, they love it. They're happy. Not too much sun and not too much shadow, and they'll do well. So I think like everybody's able to grow things, especially succulents. They practically grow themselves, you know. So yeah, just try this. If you like the content, like and subscribe. I would really be happy about that because I'm trying to get more subscribers and so I can make more videos. And you know, I have other videos where I go around and just tape random things because I think are interesting. Look at that little root coming out there. Wow. This is a nice one. Sorry, the focus is so bad. There you go. Wow, you see that little pinkness? Isn't it funny how some are pink, some are white, some are green, we even saw. And all those little containers, you saw that black container back there? I urge you to save those containers. When you buy a succulent, you repot it, you save those containers and you can put more plants in there. And actually, I saw this girl where she gets like a simple container and she like puts some kind of, adds some stuff to it and makes it look like it has a texture and almost like ceramic. So, and then you can paint it. And so I'm going to start experimenting with that because I don't know if you know this, but nice pots are kind of pricey, even at the dollar store. You know, they have some, not $1, they're like $3, and they're small. So, and at Home Depot, they're expensive too. So, I'm just always trying to look in thrift stores and stuff like that. Well, anyways, okay, so good luck if you're trying to do some planting. I really, really hope that you will try this, and I hope you're successful at it. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them because I garden like on a daily basis. I'm always trying to propagate succulents, and you know I want people to also learn to do so because it's really fun, and I get really happy about these plants every time every time they start growing like a new plant. It's like Christmas, you know. It's really nice. So, anyways. In closing, these are a bunch of purslane that I found. That one is asparagus fernum. That one wasn't successful. I even tried water propagation and I couldn't get that one to grow. The leaves dried up and that was it. This is the cathedral windows, not doing too well. And down there is the string of pearls, or they call it also the rosary. So these are all dry propagation that I'm trying not to water them. Just stuck them in there. I cut them, dip them in cinnamon powder, and stick them right into the dry dirt. So hopefully they're going to root. And you know they rooted when you see new growth emerge from the center or the top. So that's my tip for the day, and that's my rant. Okay, like I said, if I can answer your questions, I will try my best because you know I do have I do a lot of gardening, and I do have a lot of successful plants. I have failures too, but mostly successes. Look at this. Wow, so happy. Okay. Anyways, everybody take care. Have a good day. And what else am I going to say? Peace. All right. See you later. Please like and subscribe. Bye-bye. Do 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 do.